ask you to stop now.
Good evening, friends. Good afternoon. Good midday. Good morrow. Good morning. And good night to you. Good day, I say. Welcome, friends. Hello, hello, hello. It's my first stream of the day. I'm just back from my daily outing to the local corner shop to get my coffee and socialize with random strangers as they go about their day. It's one of my favorite things in the day. It's a simple little pleasure. But whenever natural conversation strikes up, I love it. And, you know, sitting around the house creating content, by myself, I don't get a lot of opportunity. Except for when I go out. And I don't go out that often. Anyways, hello, friends, and welcome. The camera's all wonky doodle. Come here, camera. Be all the way off that edge of the world like that. Boom. Greetings, friends. Okay, so, today I want to mix things up. I feel like I've been on an Assassin's Creed Shadows rut, which sounds crazy, right? Because I'm very much enamored and invested in this game. But there are many, many, many other games that I've fallen in love with during the course of this journey of discovering all the gaming content that I've missed out on as an adult gamer that didn't get to allow himself to play most of the majority of any of these games, in large part because I didn't keep an Xbox during the course of that 20-year history. I had one at the very beginning and I didn't like it back then. Now I wish I had stuck with it and had just gotten over the initial dislike for the controllers. But anyways, long story short, I'm an old school gamer here, overcompensating for having missed out in 25 years worth of gaming history on Xbox. And overindulging. And one of the things that I've been wanting to do as part of like the secret recipe to what my gaming streams might be like is to rotate through games of particular franchises as like a special gimmick, or just rotate through the entire collection of all the games that I'm intrigued by and interested in experiencing for myself. The fun part, the weird part, the part that's different, I think, than most live streamers out there, at least in my perspective, is that I've never played any of these games before. Now, obviously, new games, that's true for everybody. But, you know, there are people streaming classic games or classic Call of Duty or classic Assassin's Creed or whatever. There are people streaming a lot of these games that I'm invested in who already know them, who are on their third or fourth playthrough or whatever, right? That's not new. But for me, for example, the entire Assassin's Creed franchise is brand spanking new because I never touched any of it. And even the old ones that look and feel old and dated by the, according to some cynics, and even I get a little cynical about how old and out of date a video game can feel over time. But even the oldest ones are still like, ooh, wow, I have no idea what's going on, and I want to play through them to learn not just how this particular instance of the franchise works, but what's going on in the story, right? Anyways, so here we are. This game is overwhelming. This franchise is overwhelming. It's countless hours worth of content. And I don't want to burn myself out in getting through it, right? But I also feel this strange inhibition of actually doing what I set out to do, which is to rotate through the games, in part because I feel like there's too many games and not enough time to play them all in. And that's just not a clever, slightly ironic catchphrase. I literally am looking at the list of games going, I'll never get through any of these if I try to spread it all out amongst all of them. So I'm trying to balance indulging for a few days and or a week and a half or two at a time, and then balancing back to a rotational thing, and it's going interestingly well. Anyways, thanks for being here. Forgive me if I'm over-explaining the idea or the theme of my live stream to people who already know what's what. But in case you're new and you didn't know, there you go. There's also the whole I'm a fictional character from a book series you haven't read yet part, which magically a lot of people seem unaware of. Even the people that I've seen come into my live stream on more than one occasion and chat with me, somehow or another I've managed to not talk with them about it directly and or say it around them, or they've just never noticed. But hello, I, the incorrigible Mr. Zeppo, represent a fictional character from a book series you haven't read yet, because writing it in front of your eyes live on stream is part of this show. Even if we do spend 99% of our time right now deeply lost and absorbed in Assassin's Creed. All of this is research for what I want to write. One of the reasons I haven't written as much as I might have had is that I needed to do this research. I needed to know what a pain in the ass it was to play through these games, or try to, and to know these games intimately, because a chunk of my proposed idea is a sort of love letter to all immersive digital media, and video games in particular. Anyways, thank you for joining me. Shout out to everybody watching on either platform, Twitch or TikTok Live. If you're here, thank you so much. Please don't be shy. Drop a hello, an emoji, a question, a verbal assault, troll me, hate me, snipe me, whatever. It all rolls off my back except for when I'm drinking an IPA, and then I get a little snarky. But still just snark, not downright dehumanizing malarkey. I don't think. I think I try really hard to not let myself dehumanize others. In fact, that's the central theme in what I've got to say, socioeconomically and politically in the world. Is it like, holy moly, folks, y'all getting really comfortable dehumanizing everybody else? And isn't that what's wrong with all the people that we think are, quote, not good guys? They dehumanize people. So here's my top of the show controversial statement of the day. I'm not going to let myself spiral into a pregame chat show lounge session thing like I have been lately, but I did want to say hello and put in a blurb. I tend to run my games headset free, because wearing the headsets, even though these are luscious and delightful and really good headsets, and I'm not just trying to suck up to Xbox, I say that from actual experience with terrible headsets. These, for being the default ones that come with the machine, are pretty dope. I have a very sensitive and oddly shaped skull, and I get weird, like, blood pressure headaches or whatever it is. I feel like a weird tension build up in my head, and then I can hear my blood coursing through the veins in my skull, and that sucks. And then it ruins the gameplay entertainment for me. And how can I host a live stream show about video games if I'm feeling uncomfortable and not enjoying the video game that we're displaying, right? Or that we're sharing together. So all of that to say that I apologize. I'm going to not be the kind of TikTok or Twitch host that is constantly like, right now, I can't see who's dropping in on TikTok, right? But hello, TikTok people. What's up? I appreciate it. I know what it's like. I cruise through people's live streams on TikTok too. And sometimes you pop in for a minute or two and you're like, yeah, I want to support you somehow, but all I can do is tap the hearts and you don't ever really see that. I should start following my own advice and dropping more hellos when I lurk people's videos. Because I do, when I'm not live streaming myself, I'm often just... bloop, 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 bloop. Anyways, yeah, drop a hello is my point. I'll start doing it to other people's TikToks, and maybe that'll help by, role modeling behavior, etc. Anyways, welcome to the show. The only other thing you need to know about me, in case it offends you, is that I do indeed have weird and unusual opinions that trigger people on both sides of the ideological echo chamber that is American political nonsense. This is a cannabis-friendly space. So there you go. What was the other thing I wanted to do? I came here for a close-up for a reason. And now I don't remember. There was something I feel like I let slide off the plate. What was I going to say? Thanks for being here. Read my book series. Visit my link thing, solo.to/Mr. Zeppo. Be a good human being to each other. Oh yeah, let's dive back into this game. Let's go. I remember I wanted to talk about, I was trying to build up towards saying, I'm going to try to diversify. I'm going to try to lean back in towards the variety chaos, lots of different games during the course of the day. So instead of 3 sessions of Assassin's Creed during the course of a day, it's probably just going to be the one. And then I'm going to try to force myself to change games. Although it feels icky. Because now, I used to always feel guilty. During the course of this experiment, I've noticed that there have been times when certain games have held precedence in my mind in terms of the craving of what I want to play and what I want to have fun with. And like for a long time, it was like, if I'm not working on Call of Duty, then I'm not living up to the challenge I presented myself, which is to get better at Call of Duty. But right now, it's like, for some reason, that edgy, instantaneous FOMO is, I need to be in Assassin's Creed. I need to play and explore and uncover and enjoy the delights of this fictional, imaginary iteration or interpretation of feudal Japan. Because I'm just smitten with it. Okay. But I'm going to try to mix things up today. There's a bunch of games I haven't even touched yet that I've been meaning to take a first impressions look at and decide if we're going to pile it onto the list of too many games that I do not have enough time to play through all of them, and or revisiting games that we've been neglecting. Which is the part that also sort of, every day I'm like, I haven't touched. We haven't logged into Skull and Bones in ages. And that bums me out because I love that game. But right now, this is what's gnawing at my brain. Okay, anyways. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being part of the experiment. Please, the more I desire to have an interactive, chatty audience. Even if that means people showing up and confronting me with nonsense. But more so, one that's interested and engaged by the experiment I'm trying to conduct. So, hippie new age woo-woo nonsense wavelength attraction vibe. Bring me some of that audience today. Let's go, friends. All right, for reals now. I'm gonna immerse myself in this because this game is just wild and beautiful. I'm gonna pick up what I didn't do yesterday, which is work on the red thingies. I don't know what these are called, but they're knowledge point challenges. I don't know why some of them intimidate me a little bit, but today I'm going to try to get at the ones that we've been avoiding for a hot minute. So that is what's going on. Because the horse and its saddle is immediately linked to the loadouts, when we change a loadout, it gets rid of that horse and brings in the other horse. And so there's still, you're not supposed to get your horse or be able to mount your horse or call your horse in the headquarters. But I've noticed that when I change loadouts, it's been rolling up on me. And I'm like, it took me this long to realize that it's specifically because I'm not realized, but sort of confirm my suspicion that it's because it's part of the loadout. Anyways, that's fun and interesting and weird. Okay, what are we doing? I forget already. Oh, we're going to this temple. Look what a pretty photo. We're going to this temple, and there's a Ronin on the road, and then we're going to go talk to whoever this person is to see if that's a challenge or what. I'm going to mute myself so I can crank up the speakers. Like I said, don't be shy. Say hi. I'm going to do chat, check-in, and TikTok roll call in a hot second. Oh, here comes that freaking Ronin. We might just have to take him out. Wow, that Ronin was way overpowered. Even while he was distracted and attending to my sidekick friend, he still just obliterated me. Okay, so this is a avoid at all costs level area for this Ronin, I think. Wasn't ready for that. And that was like my best loadout, too. My strongest one with the most health. I don't know if it's my best one. One thing I have not done yet in terms of loadouts and stuff, I've noticed now, very in the style of Call of Duty content creators, there are like headlines for little blurby articles, little clickbait articles about like the best loadouts. Unstoppable, like just OP, just using all the catchphrases as you would expect to hear in the Call of Duty community, but about this game, which is kind of fascinating. I've not gone looking at any of those yet.
We are the most feared Ronin in the land.
I see you. I need to be quiet. Perfect spot.
I love these. Oh, it's koi. I love koi. I've appreciated koi fish and just how ridiculously huge they can get. Like my whole life. They're awesome.
Perfect.
That made me think of that mobile game I found on my iPad, on my very first iPad, that was just koi fish swimming around, and you had to like eat the bugs, and like you had to chase down a certain amount of bugs to create combos in your diet to like unlock things and then you had to breed them. Oh my god, that game was so dope. It's so simple and cheesy, but it's so beautifully designed, and its mechanics and its audio feedback are so satisfying that it's a gorgeous game, even though it's mind-numbingly boring. It's like there's nothing going on. If it wasn't as beautiful as it was, it wouldn't have been. No one would have liked. I wouldn't have liked it. Let's put it that way. I don't want to speak for anyone else, but if it had been about some other kind of animal and not about koi fish, with the serene music and the particular like sound design choices on the feedback and on the effects, I don't think it would have worked. Anyways, it just reminded me of that little koi fish cutscene. I'll have to come back and find that game and play it some more. We haven't played that in forever on the stream.
Whoa there!
Forgive her. She has fallen under the spell of the Kabukimono. Troublesome Ronin drawing in number.
I thought Ronin was swords for hire.
Kabukimono are different from other Ronin. They scorn law and customs, disrupt our social harmony. Their colorful robes and disregard for civility is exciting for young people. But it's the poor and defenseless who suffer.
And the daimyo do nothing about this?
The daimyo are too busy with their battles and intrigues to hear the people's plea for justice.
I hear them. Justice will be done.
Okay. That's dope. I'm really intrigued. I have mentioned in previous episodes that I've noticed that there's a new, as there is wont to be, there is a fun trend on social media, particularly in Facebook groups dedicated to this game, but I'm sure it's happening all over the place. Because if it's happening on one of the platforms, some equivalent... Hold on. Why does this weird itchy nose face thing never happens to me all day long, except for like 15 minutes into a live stream? And then my face becomes this obnoxious, itchy... Anyways. The trend I've noticed is people taking super zoomed out full pictures of their entire job board, and I can't do that. And I don't know if that's just like a PC thing on PC that like they can and we can't on Xbox or what. But I'm jealous. And I also don't want to do the work of stitching together the however many screenshots it would take to get it. I'm very capable of doing it. In fact, we probably can now do that with like 2 clicks in some app. I don't know which. But yeah. I would love to be able to see my entire board from top to bottom, side to side, left to right. Is it fit all on one screen so far? So like if I went just straight down. Like if I started here, I guess I could get a couple of good screenshots and overlap them. Dome circle. Actually, here we go. That's the right screenshot. Come on, get right center of it. Right in the center. Making content. Join me as we make content on a show about making content for making content's sake. See if we can't stitch that together and get rid of the top and bottom margins of... Man, that should work. I bet if once we get those images... In fact, part of me wants to go do that right now. No, let's zoom in on this new list o' baddies. These ones don't have any things uncovered yet. Ghost General. 26. 26. 26. You know what I would love to be able to do with these objectives? Is somehow have a different screen or a sub-department of this screen where I can have them all listed just by their primary title and level. So I could sort them from lowest level to highest level. Even if the levels adapt to my level... Some of them are still like level 53 and I'm only level 25 or whatever, right? And but the last time I checked the list, that was 22, and the ones that were 20 have all bumped up a little bit. I'm not sure if that's going on, if I'm imagining it. I might be imagining it, but I digress. I'd love to have a objectives, like a subpage or just like a, I don't know where you would add to it. Navigation panel. Board type, board name, so you've got 8 these are boards, they are called, but I think of them as lists of names of people you've got to go interact with one way or the other, most likely, in an attempt to terminate them, which was number 1. Okay, so do you see how they have them ordered? You can scroll left and right according to board name. But what order is this? Is this the ones I should be? Is this number 1 the ones I should be working on right now? If there is such a thing as an order of that one's level 29. I know that we tried to get there and fight him, and it was not happening. See, those are even higher orders, so I doubt that's not the order that they're in. Board type targets. Now that didn't change anything in my opinion. Like, what is this? Quest giver? What's this? Shinyo. Is this the guy we just talked to? Oh yeah, the Kokubon. And then he's opened this board. Why didn't that take me there first? Wait, board. Okay, quest givers. We've got. Oh, here we go. Now I can sort through these, and only click on the board giver, the quote quest giver boards or lists, of which we've got apparently 11. I hadn't really thought about it yet, but yeah. Which one's the 11th one? Ah, but that one doesn't give me any quests. Target, quest givers. Okay, board type, target. And then we just literally just, oh, it's a manual way to scroll through without using the thumbstick. Opportunities. I don't know what opportunities is, but those are easy to find on the map. This has a legend. And look at that. You can click. I had not explored this part of the game yet. Hello, Charles014. How come y'all using the same cut and paste boilerplate script, Charles? Did you buy a system from somebody? Did you join a pyramid marketing thing? Like, what is this? I get this exact same message over and over. If you want to be my friend, follow me on whatever social media you genuinely actually spend time on. All my social media links are available at solo.to/Mr. Zeppo. If you want to follow me on Discord, an app I hardly ever use because I don't understand how it works and it annoys the living Jesus out of me, you're more than welcome to. My Discord link is right there on my Twitch app, my Twitch profile. Which, I mean, are you a bot? Are you unable to think for yourself and look at my profile and click on my stuff? You sound like a bot. You sound like either a bot or a human being that bought and paid for some sort of marketing script program that millions of other people, or at least hundreds of other people, also bought and paid for, thinking it would help them sell stuff, because you're just saying the same stuff I see over and over and over again. I'm down to make friends on the internet. Be advised, I'm a snarky old salty dog of an old fart that does not give two shits about people and them being offended by the things I believe to be the truth, because I don't blindly believe in fake truths, but that's a whole long discussion. Anyways, so yeah, if you want to be my friend, all my social medias are available at solo.to/Mr. Zeppo. If you need to be on my Discord, even though I never use it, my Discord is right there, top link on my profile, in the little linky section next to the description on my About tab. And other than that, welcome to the show. Feel free to hang out and chat. But if you are here to peddle whatever product or service that you are using the script about, like This is a script. I've seen it 1,000 times, and it's almost always to get me over to someone else's server where then they try to sell me something I don't need. Usually some kind of coaching program to make me a better streamer. I can neither afford it nor do I care. If that's all you're here about, you'll be bored quick. If you're here to actually be friends, hang tight. We're about to deep dive into this game. This is Comedy Gold. Now we got two of you doing the same script. Slightly different variant, but this is the same exact solicitation. Hello, mate. You stream pretty cool. Thanks. That's why I followed you. Thank you. I appreciate the follow. I will like to make you a friend and be a fan. If you don't mind, kindly chat me on Discord. My Discord name is Bro and or Sister. To both of you, Charles014 and Olive95847. My Discord link is available directly in front of you on my About tab in my profile on Twitch. But I know from past experience, because I see this exact same repetitive language a lot, I know from past experience that your solicitation to Discord is to get me to join someone else's server while they will be trying to sell me products or services that I don't care for. Meanwhile, I'm busy trying to create my content and promote my products and services. So, thank you, but no thank you. If you want to join my Discord server to be my friend there, the link is right in front of your face. Just go to my About tab on my profile on Twitch, please and thank you. Or click on solo.to/Mr. Zeppo. You can find it there as well. But these solicitations stink of pre-written cut and paste scripting, which borders on a violation of terms of service, especially if you're just peddling product. So be advised. You guys have repeatedly invited me to Discord, and I have repeatedly informed you that you can join my Discord server and do whatever you want there, unless it also violates terms of service, by clicking on my Discord link right on my Twitch profile. I'm going to continue with the gameplay now. Thank you very much. Let's go. Oh yeah, I forgot to add one key element. Every time anybody that uses this script, I point out to them, I do not actually use Discord very much because I don't like it as a platform, and the way it's structured, and the way it gives a bazillion alerts a second. It's annoying. It annoys me. And I have no need for it in my routine and in my workflow. The only reason it comes up is because people drop into my chat and drop this cut and paste sales solicitation script. And it started to get annoying. This is so crazy and wild. Who is seeing me? Someone is spotting me from over there. I don't know who. Oh shit, that guy. I'm just trying to get to the top of the building, bro. Those last few moments of dashing across the rooftops has been pure, like, whatchamacallit, Assassin's Creed thrill. How the F do I get over? Is that no? I don't want to try to assassinate anybody, dude. Let's go. Past the window. Yeah.
I wish to show you something.
What is it?
I have something to show you.
All right. Show me.
This is a tiny seashell. Oh, how it delights me.
Very nice.
You think you're so clever? Then tell me, which province is it from?
How am I supposed to know this? Omi has a great big lake thing. I don't think it's a landlocked sea. It's like a lake. Kyoto. Where is Kyoto? I can't look at the map now. So I don't know if Kyoto is on the water or not. I don't even remember where we are. Were we in? No, we're down south. We're not anywhere near Omi. Are we in Wasaka? Let's take a wild guess, because I think of the three places, this is the one I'm most likely to guess I'm actually in that, whatever they're called, that county? Prefecture? Is that what they call them? Prefecture? This is just a random guess.
Shells like that are found along the coast of Wakasa.
Wonderful. Simply wonderful.
Oh, look, you guessed.
What a clever, charming
I'm glad I
girl
didn't pick the
you
middle
are.
path.
And you are one interesting woman.
Thank you. Perhaps this interesting old woman can be of some help to you.
Anything new around here you can tell me?
It needs to be perfect. Naoe! I want to practice making a soup for Master Sorin. Something I can cook when we visit him. It has to be special.
Auntie Matsu always said cooking is the language of the heart. Anything you make for Master Sorin will be special.
I know, but I want it to be perfect. I came to Ki to try shoyu, their famous fermented soy sauce. And I have mochi and daikon already, but I don't know what else to put in the soup. I want it to have meaning.
You want the soup to have meaning.
Master Sorin always talked about the meaning of words and symbols and stuff. If I make a soup with meaning, he'll know I listened.
Symbols. Maybe an ingredient that represents Master Sorin's pilgrimage?
Yeah, something brown, like the dirt path. What else? What else?
Something from the sea? To symbolize the changing tides of life.
You're good. But remember, Master Sorin doesn't eat anything that has a heart. So no fish. That means you'll need to get two things. His famous shoyu and one ingredient that's brown and comes from the sea.
Oh man, I thought the little widget was going to be about... Oh, it is about the puppets a little bit. Oh, cool. It is about the puppets, because before it finished loading, what I saw was, like, the distillery or whatever for the soy sauce. Let's read the thing about puppets. Puppeteering. This is so hilarious, because I was literally like, why don't we have a fun entry for the puppets? And why don't the puppet people talk? And then, at least here's the entry. Puppeteering troops traveled between villages, moving from port to port and village to village, where they performed at inns, the common rooms of shrines, and other places available. As a group, they were marginalized by those who were able to remain settled. The troops were usually made up of several couples and their children. The performers made the dolls, manipulated them, danced, and sang. The troops have existed since at least the 11th century. Sometimes these troops were in the service of a Buddhist temple and contributed to the spread of their faith by telling pious stories or stories about miracles. In the 13th and 14th centuries, it was often women who performed the shows, and this was still the case in the 16th century. Each puppet was manipulated by a single person who made it dance and sing. Sometimes women in the troupe also danced and sang while heavily made up. It also seems that women who manipulated the dolls were occasionally sex workers, as was often the case with dancers and storytellers at that time. It should be noted that these troops frequently moved, therefore they could provide information about the movements of armies, for example. By providing confidential information for a fee, they were, in other words, acting as spies. Spectators paid for the performance according to their means, sometimes, but especially true for no theater. Monasteries or lords paid the actors, and collection was organized among the spectators. That's dope. Okay, so that begs the question, why haven't I been able to recruit the puppeteers? Like, right? Let's see if this now opens that opportunity up or something. Maybe now we can talk to puppeteers and ask them to be our informants in one of the two ways that people can inform us. Like, let's see. Let's find out. It probably won't, but maybe it will. It'll be fun.
My lord is as well trained with a sword as I, but he will not display his skills to just anyone.
I'm looking for cooking ingredients.
I sell many goods, miss. Most grown or made right here in USA.
What was it Junjiro wanted? Maybe browsing the wares will help me to remember.
Well, you will return. I know it.
Well, look what we got here. Another, more egregious terms of service violating scripted boilerplate chat. This one we're gonna get the full treatment. You are totally in violation of terms of service, you little chatbot. And if you don't realize that, the people who set you up do. Blah blah blah. You've been warned, and you've been banned. Bye bye.
Oh, you have the ingredients? You sure? I don't want to start cooking until you have everything.
What? You don't trust me, Junjiro?
Okay. Let's see what you brought. Yatta! You got the shoyu. What else? I'll take everything you bought. But you tell me which ingredient goes in the soup. The most meaningful one.
Interesting puzzle. I went with buying all the things option, thinking like he would say, these are the ones that I want, thanks. You can keep the rest for your own cooking experiments. I thought maybe we were literally being introduced to a new crafting a system that we hadn't seen yet for making food or our own rations, but probably not. Okay, we know he doesn't need it. He's apparently a vegan or vegetarian. He eats nothing that has a heart. I guess that might include some sea creatures like, well, do all sea creatures have hearts? Or do like the clams and things not have hearts? I don't know. Suggesting using everything would be bad. I don't know about the sake. And I don't remember what the other ones were. Fish is a no. Everything is a no. Spring onion, if we only had those three options, spring onion would be my obvious Buddha, choose the middle path, and the other two are totally wrong. The sake, I'm 60-40 on. I don't remember what Daikon and Kenobu are, though. One of them I was like, yeah, put this in there. Shit. You know what we should look up? We should look up what those ones are, what those things are. Let me bust out my iPad real quick. I don't want to look up this quest or anything. I'm just going to look up those words, those keywords. Like, I'm not asking the internet, what is the solution to this puzzle? I'm just going to go, Konobu. No, Konbu, not, I don't know why I added an extra, Konbu. Brown. We were talking about something brown. I'm going to go with that. Because of all the things, on when I was actually shopping, I was like, that one says brown and it's from the sea.
I brought kombu, dried brown kelp. Its color is like the dirt path, and it comes from the sea, having weathered many tides.
That's perfect. Now, let's see
Awesome.
how it tastes.
Hopefully that was the right
daikon
thing.
and mochi in the kombu broth, so good.
Yay!
And the shoyu. Best of all, it's meaningful. I can't wait to make this for Master Sorin.
It's kind of you to think of Master Sorin like this. You have a big heart, Junjiro.
You think so? Do you think Yasuke believes that too?
Yasuke more than anyone.
Then maybe I'll make some soup for him. But a different soup.
My eyes playing tricks. As expected.
Brutal loss. Okay, let's see how our bracket sends us. We're hopefully just to like jumping off the peak. Okay, I just screwed up the leap of faith real bad. I'm disappointed in myself. I don't think I'd ever done that before. Awkward.
行くぞ。
That was dumb and cheesy and comedy gold. I just missed point blank, and it just went all the way. Nothing but rim. Oh my god, that was comedy. I loved it. That made me giggle. Sorry. No, not sorry. This is weird and fun. I'm giggling at like how many times I've failed to get it across. But here we go.
Which way is out?
One moment, please. I must attend to nature's call. Let's get back to it. Knock out these regional side questy bits. Head back to headquarters and figure out where to go next, and probably grab myself something to eat without taking a stream break, I think. I'm not sure. Let's get to it.
and I was just getting into the flow.
I will gut you, samurai.
I must remain vigilant.
Hiding from me. March on.
This place is hostile. Best to go unnoticed.
That startled the crap out of me seeing a guard in the tower. Thank God he was asleep.
I need to keep out of sight.
This is not your road. And if I'm late to the mark...
Easy.
Alrighty, friends, time for a break because the need to feed has come upon me. Sorry, that was a bad twist on a line from that movie. Thinking about I'm gonna take a meal break. I'll be right back. I will either make a complete fool of myself and just keep playing Assassin's Creed Shadows when we return because I'm hooked. Or I will return to the idea that I was talking about earlier and actually try to diversify today's live streaming by playing something else entirely. It's about 60-40. Anyways, shout out to whoever's watching. Hello, friendly lurkers on Twitch. And hello to whoever may be still hanging about on TikTok. Yeah, I'll be back in just a bit. Thanks for watching. This has been me indulging in Assassin's Creed Shadows as part of my obsession with the entire Assassin's Creed franchise, which I have, as of yet, never played before. So, it's kind of neat, I think, to be experiencing the entire franchise for the very first time. Join me on that adventure as I continue to explore this and all the other titles in the series in some sort of rotation once I get deep enough into this one that I can let it go for a minute. Anyways, thanks for being here. I'll be back later. Remember, friends, go be good human beings to each other.